Buddy, we're doing a quick oil sensor or oil pressure sensor replacement on this 91 F-150. It's the V8 5-liter. I couldn't really find another video on it, so I thought I'd make one just to show everyone where it is. I don't think I'm going to go too into detail about it, but first things first, which I couldn't find another video explaining, but it's easiest just to go down and find the oil filter. Sorry about that. So you're going to want to find, the front wheel drive. This is 4-wheel drive, by the way, so it's a 4-wheel drive component, and there's the oil filter. I already loosened it up just to cheat it a little bit, and I got the oil out of it. We got the oil filter. And then right up there, let's see if I can try to get a good angle on it. You're gonna see the oil pressure switch or sensor. This is for the gauge. I think it's the same if you have the light. That's what everyone's been saying. But it's right there. See that thing? Yeah, so you're just gonna pop off this wire. One sec. Gosh. Okay, so the wire's off. You can see it's just exposed there, and then you're going to want to use a 1 1/16. What I did is I just put a little extension on there so I could so I could get it over it like that and have enough play here to loosen it without going at it at an angle. So I'm going to take this off. Let's see if I can get it. I'm probably going to use 2 hands, so I'll be right back. Alright, so it loosened up pretty easy, so we're going to keep that in mind when we're tightening it down to not go crazy on it. The last thing I want to do is crack the block. Sorry, there's looking at a tornado just going on around here. Kansas. But I was replacing an air, there was a coolant temperature sensor because my gauges have just kind of been going out. I'm hoping that's what's wrong with this one. I hope I don't actually have horrible oil pressure because it's been reading low to like sometimes just kind of turning off, but it'll read medium. It's just weird. I think it's the pressure sensor, but it could easily be the pump, I guess. I don't know. The person who had this before me said they rebuilt the engine, but whatever that means, maybe they just didn't throw a new pump in there. Okay, so I'm gonna get this off the rest of the way, but yeah, remember not to over tighten it because I was replacing my coolant temp sensor and accidentally cracked the aluminum housing. So we'll get this off and then put the new one on. Alright, so here's our old one here. Came off pretty easily, so I don't know if that's a problem. It doesn't look like a whole lot going on with it, but it does look old. And here's a new one. I'm gonna throw that one back on. Alright, I'm gonna expose myself here, trying to start this. Gosh. I think I'm gonna have to use 2 hands, so. Alright, so I got the new one in. And I don't know, I'd just be careful when you're tightening it down. I didn't really want to, I bottomed it out, I think. I think it's all the way down. But it was getting kind of tight. And I'd rather have it loose and tight because I really don't want to crack anything. I don't think it will, but the fact that, it happened to my coolant one just makes me cautious. Then this little wire here, this little wire here, it kind of went on most of the way, but you can see that it's kind of peeking out a little bit, like just a little bit at the bottom. I don't know if I can push that in further, but I'm gonna start it up and just make sure there's no leaks. And if there's not, you know, after I give it some gas and let it run for a while, then I'm just gonna let it, because I'd rather have it be, I don't think too much oil is gonna work its way out. It's leaking a little bit down here already, and I just, you know, don't want to risk it. I don't know if I prefaced this, but this is the deep well 16 extension. Half-inch drive is probably the way to go. I don't know. But no, pretty easy project. Hardest part was probably just locating it. But like I said, I don't have a video to show me, so this is where it is, and good luck. All right, so we got our oil filter back in. We're gonna start her up and see what happens. Yeah, where's her oil pressure? Oh, awesome. See, oh, what the hell? Sorry about that. Okay, so it was running like down at the end, honestly, all the way down here, and I was like, shit, I don't want to have any problems, but I just kept telling myself it was a sensor, because like I said, the guy who owned it before me told me he got the engine rebuilt. So I'm happy that worked. I'm gonna go check it for leaks. I can do that, but no, like I said, I pretty much replaced all these gauges except the gas one, because it works about half the time, maybe honestly 10% of the time. But I'm not too worried about that one, because I can just use the odometer. But let's check it for leaks. Okay, we're down here, and zoom in on that. I don't see any oil leaks. I'm gonna feel it. Honestly, it's the cleanest part of my hand at this point. And the fact that it was getting good connection. Kind of annoys me, that little cap on there. It's kind of loose. Oh, sorry. Come on. The little cap on there is kind of loose. But I think you can just kind of hand tighten it, just go right on there. Oil filter looks good. That's on there. Like I said, I ended up tightening it through that hole still. So it honestly just might be easier to take the oil filter out, so you can get your extension kind of around that where the filter is. But besides that, I think we're good. So yeah, go for it. I'm sure this is probably the same with the 5.8 liter or the whatever, the 4.2. But yeah, good luck, guys.